Chapter 2.4, Day 2, Graphing Linear Equations. The x-intercept of a line is the x-coordinate of the point where the line crosses x-axis. It occurs when y equals 0. Whereas the y-intercept of a line is the y-coordinate of the point where the line crosses y-axis, and it occurs when x equals 0. So any point where we have an x-coordinate present but the y is 0 is called x-intercept. Whenever we have a y present but x-coordinate is 0 is called y-intercept. Slope-intercept form of an equation is y equals mx plus b, whereas standard form is ax plus by equals c. Let's do the example number 1. For example number 1, you're going to make this equation look like y equals mx plus b. So what I did is I subtract the x on both sides. So I got y equals negative x plus 4. I'm going to choose any values for x and plug it in for here to find y. So you can choose any x value to plug it in and solve for y values. So if you choose negative 1 and plug it here, negative 2, so negative 2 times negative 2 would be positive 2 plus 4 is, so I chose negative 2 and plug it in for x value here, negative 2. So negative 2 times negative is positive 2. 2 plus 4 is 6. So the point is negative 2 comma 6. And then I plotted this point, negative 2 comma 6. Negative 1, you plug it in here for x values. So negative times negative 1 would be positive 1 plus 4 equals 5. So negative 1 comma 5 would be this point right here. Next is 0 comma 4, this point right here. When you plug it in 1 here, you got negative 1 plus 4, that is 3. 1 comma 3 is right here. And then when you put 2, you're going to get 2 comma 2. So you got the line that is a falling line from left to right, because the slope of this line is negative 1 and y-intercept is going to be 4. So 4 is your y-intercept and negative 1 is your slope. Let's just do the example number 2 to graph x plus 3y equals negative 3. Linear equations in standard form are useful in finding x and y-intercept to the graph. To solve for x-intercept, you make y equals 0, and you're going to use this equation where you're going to put y equals 0. So 3 times 0 equals negative 3. X plus 0 equals negative 3, so x is negative 3. So x is negative 3 and y is 0. Now to find the y-intercept, you're going to make the x as 0. Use the given equation and in place of x, you're going to put 0. Now you're going to get 3y equals negative 3, and then you're going to divide with 3 on both sides. Y will be equals to negative 1. So y is negative 1, x is 0. Now we're going to plot these points. So negative 3 comma 0 would be this point right here, and negative 1 comma 0 is this point. Combine these or connect these points, you're going to get the line graph. So here is the line graph for x plus 3y equals negative 3. Let's do the you try problems. So graph 2x plus 3y equals 18, solving for x-intercepts and y-intercept. So we just write intercepts here. To solve for x-intercept, you make y equals 0. So you plug the y equals 0 into the y place, and then you solve for x. So 2x equals 18, divide 2 on both sides, you get 9 as x value. So the x-intercept is 9. Or if you want to write it in a point form, then it's going to be 9 comma 0. To solve for y-intercept, you're going to make x is 0. So you use this 0 for x and then solve for y. So 3y equals 18, divide 3 on both sides, you get y equals 6, or y-intercept is 6. So the point form is 0, 6. Now to graph this equation, you're going to plot 9, 0, and that is going to be on x-axis line. So since I don't have a 9, 0, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So I assume that this is 9, 0, and this is 0, 6. So I connected these 2 points to make a line graph. Now it's asking me to find the slope. So what I did to find the slope is that I choose 2 points and I applied the y2 minus 5 formula. So 6 minus 0 divided by 0 minus 9, and that's going to give me negative 6 over 9. And when we reduce it, it's going to give me negative 2 over 3. So to write the equation into a slope-intercept form, so just remember the slope-intercept form is y equals mx plus b. So where m is the slope, that is this one right here, negative 2 over 3. B is the y-intercept that we already have here. The y-intercept is 6. So put the slope value for m, y-intercept as 6, and you got the equation. Now let's do a next problem. Graph 3x minus 8y equals 24. First thing we're going to do is to find x-intercept, and to find x-intercept we set y equals 0 to the equation, and then you're going to plug the 8 times 0 equals 24. That is going to give you 3x equals 24. Divide 3 on both sides, you're going to get x as 8. So x-intercept is 8, y is 0. Now you're going to find the y-intercept. To find the y-intercept, you're going to set x equals 0. So 3 times 0 minus 8y equals 24. Negative 8y equals 24, which means that when you divide with negative 8, you're going to get y equals negative 3. So the point is going to be 0, negative 3. So this is going to be your y-intercept, where x is 0. Now you're going to plot the point 8, 0. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So I assume that 8, 0 would be this point. And you're going to get the 0, negative 3 is this point right here. Connect the points, and then you're going to get the line graph. To find the slope, you're going to use the slope formula for 2 points. So negative 3 minus 0 divided by 0 minus 8. So that's going to be negative 3 over negative 8. That's going to be 3 over 8. So 3 over 8 x minus 3. So remember this one is your y-intercept, and y-intercept is negative 3. Equation is y equals mx plus b. M is 3 over 8. B is y-intercept, that is negative 3. For the next problem, 5y minus 4x equals 20. You're going to solve for x-intercept and y-intercept. So for the x-intercept, you set y equals 0, and 5 times 0 minus 4x equals 20. Then negative 4x equals 20. Divide with negative 4 on both sides. You're going to get x equals negative 5. So x is negative 5 and y is 0. For the y-intercept, you set x equals 0, so you're going to write x as 0. So you're going to be left with 5y equals 20. Divide 5 on both sides. You're going to get y equals 4. So 0, 4. And that is going to be your y-intercept. Remember, y-intercept is the same as b, because we're going to use that for slope-intercept form. Now we are going to plot the point -5 comma 0, which is this point right here, and 0 comma 4, and connect these 2 points and you're going to get a line graph. For slope, you're going to use the y2 minus y1 formula. So y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. So here we have a y2 as 4 minus 0 divided by 0, negative 5. So it's going to be 4 over 5. So 2 negative will make a positive for 5. Y equals mx plus b. So m is 4 over 5. That is the slope. Plus y-intercept is 4. So the y-intercept is this one, 4. And the slope is m, that is 4 over 5. So the slope intercept form is y equals 4 over 5 x plus 4.